Have you ever asked the universe a question and waited for an answer that never seemed to come? Perhaps you whispered it in the stillness of the night, or shouted it in the chaos of your life. But either way, it felt as if the cosmos itself was silent. But what if I told you that the universe is never silent? What if I told you that it always answers, but the way it communicates is far subtler than you ever imagined? Today, we're going to explore exactly how the universe responds to your deepest questions, and the secret methods you can use to truly hear it. This is not mere speculation. This is a journey into the mechanics of cosmic communication, into the invisible currents that shape your reality, and into the hidden language that the cosmos has been speaking to humanity for millennia. The hook is simple. The universe is answering you right now. You just need to learn how to listen. But before we dive in, take a deep breath, settle your mind, and open yourself to the possibility that every event, every encounter, every coincidence in your life might be a response from the cosmos itself. The first step to understanding the universe's answers is to recognize that the cosmos doesn't communicate in the way we normally expect. There are no glowing messages in the sky or letters from some celestial postman. Instead, it speaks in patterns, synchronicities, and shifts in energy that occur around you. Imagine tossing a pebble into a calm lake. The ripples spread far beyond the initial point of contact, touching everything in subtle waves. Your thoughts, your questions, your intentions, these are like pebbles. When you release them into the universe, the ripples manifest in ways that might seem coincidental, but are in fact intricately connected. Scientists have begun to understand this phenomenon through the study of chaos theory, quantum entanglement, and the psychology of perception. Every action, no matter how small, sets off a cascade of effects, some visible, some invisible. And when the universe answers, it does so through these ripples. You might see it as a chance encounter with someone who provides exactly the guidance you need, a sudden insight that resolves a problem, or an opportunity that appears at just the right moment. The key is learning to recognize these signs and to interpret them accurately. This is where perception and awareness become crucial. The universe communicates in a language of symbols, metaphors, and sometimes paradoxes. For example, if you've been pondering a major decision, such as whether to change careers or move to a new city, you may notice recurring signs in your daily life. Perhaps you repeatedly encounter a particular number, hear the same phrase from multiple sources, or meet individuals whose insights seem tailored to your situation. These are not merely coincidences. They are the universe nudging you, creating patterns that draw your attention. One of the most fascinating aspects of this process is that your subconscious mind is constantly scanning for meaning. Cognitive scientists have shown that humans are wired to detect patterns, a trait that has kept us alive for millennia. But often, we dismiss these patterns as random or unimportant. Learning to recognize them as answers requires a shift in perception, a deliberate tuning into the subtle frequencies of existence, almost like adjusting the dial on a cosmic radio. But how exactly do you tune in to these frequencies? The first technique is mindfulness. By cultivating a state of presence, you allow your awareness to expand beyond the surface noise of daily life. Meditation, quiet reflection, or even mindful walking can enhance your sensitivity to subtle cues. Imagine yourself as a scientist observing a complex ecosystem. Every detail matters: the direction of the wind, the behavior of a single insect, the sound of distant water. In the same way, the universe communicates through tiny, often overlooked signals. Another powerful method is journaling. When you write down your questions and intentions, you create a tangible interface with the cosmos. Your written words become a focus point for energy, a sort of cosmic antenna that amplifies your inquiry. Over time, patterns begin to emerge in your notes. You may notice repeated themes, symbols, or coincidences that point to an answer you might have otherwise missed. And here's the twist. The answer is not always immediate, nor is it always what you expect. The universe operates on a timetable that is often invisible to human perception. It may delay a response until you are truly ready to understand it, or it may deliver an answer in a form so subtle that only careful observation will reveal it. Next, we need to explore the concept of resonance. This is perhaps the most critical and overlooked element of cosmic communication. Everything in the universe vibrates at a certain frequency, from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions also have vibrational frequencies. When you align your personal frequency with the energy of the answer you seek, you create resonance. This is why some people experience sudden clarity or opportunities falling into their lap after periods of focused intention and self-alignment. Think of a tuning fork. Strike it, and nearby forks of the same frequency will vibrate in harmony, even without direct contact. Your intentions work the same way. When your energy resonates with the solution, doors open, coincidences align, and guidance becomes visible. However, achieving resonance requires both clarity and emotional alignment. If your mind is cluttered with doubt, fear, or distraction, the signal from the universe is distorted or missed entirely. This is why ancient traditions across the world emphasize practices like meditation, breath work, and intention setting as tools for aligning with cosmic guidance. Now, let's take a moment to discuss a common misconception. Many people believe that hearing from the universe requires extraordinary events or mystical experiences. In reality, the universe often communicates through ordinary life, using subtle, almost mundane moments to answer profound questions. Perhaps you ask for guidance on a career choice, and you suddenly notice a small ad, a book, or an online course that perfectly aligns with your goal. Or maybe you wonder about a relationship, and a casual conversation with a friend provides clarity. These moments are the universe's way of speaking in plain language. The trick is in the recognition. You must cultivate a sense of attentiveness, a readiness to perceive, and an openness to interpretation. And here's another twist. Sometimes the universe answers with contrast rather than direct guidance. In other words, you might experience events that show you exactly what you don't want, or circumstances that challenge your assumptions. These are equally valuable responses, because they refine your understanding and clarify your path. Now that we've covered patterns, perception, resonance, and subtle communication, let's delve into a few practical exercises that can enhance your ability to hear the universe. The first exercise is called the signal awareness practice. Each morning, take a moment to set a clear, specific intention or question. Then, as you go about your day, maintain a subtle awareness of repeated signs, phrases, numbers, or encounters. At the end of the day, reflect and note any patterns. Over time, you will develop a cosmic radar, a heightened ability to perceive answers. The second exercise is visualization. Picture the question you have posed to the universe in vivid, detailed imagery. Imagine the answer as a light, a symbol, or even a scene unfolding in front of you. This primes your subconscious to recognize relevant patterns in reality. And the third exercise is alignment journaling. Beyond just recording questions, track your emotional state and intentions. Ask yourself, am I aligned with the outcome I seek? The universe responds most clearly when your mind, emotions, and actions are in harmony with your desired answer. We also need to address skepticism. It's natural to doubt that the universe is communicating with you. Science tells us about randomness, probability, and cognitive bias. But consider this. Just because you cannot yet measure a phenomenon does not mean it does not exist. Quantum physics has revealed that observation itself affects reality. Entangled particles respond to each other across vast distances. Chaos theory shows that small actions can lead to massive outcomes. And the study of synchronicity, pioneered by Carl Jung, indicates that meaningful coincidences occur in patterns that cannot be explained purely by chance. These scientific frameworks suggest that the universe's answers are not mystical fantasies. They are emergent properties of the interconnected, vibrational, and responsive cosmos in which we exist. In other words, listening to the universe is not a flight of imagination. It is an exercise in heightened perception, pattern recognition, and energetic alignment. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this communication is the personal transformation it can bring. When you begin to hear the universe, your life starts to shift. Opportunities appear more clearly. Challenges become lessons rather than obstacles. You begin to notice subtle guidance in everyday interactions. Even your dreams can become a channel for answers, offering symbolic insight into situations you consciously struggle to understand. And here is the twist that most people miss. The universe does not always give the easy answer. Sometimes it challenges you. Sometimes it pushes you out of comfort zones or presents obstacles specifically designed to catalyze growth. This is why patience and trust are critical. The timing of the answer is part of the process. You are being prepared to receive and act on it in ways that maximize your potential. even if the path feels uncertain or the guidance seems counterintuitive. Let's examine a few real-world examples to illustrate this. Imagine an individual asking the universe for guidance about a major move. Initially, everything seems confusing. Flights are delayed, housing options fall through, and circumstances seem obstructive. Yet, each obstacle contains a hidden lesson. Perhaps a delayed flight introduces them to a person who provides crucial insight, or a failed housing option leads to a better neighborhood, perfect for their needs. The answer is embedded in the chain of events. Another example is health-related guidance. A person asks the universe for clarity about improving their well-being. Suddenly, they encounter books, podcasts, and mentors that align perfectly with their needs. The key point is that the answers are woven into the fabric of experience, often requiring discernment, patience, and trust to recognize. And the most important element is action. The universe may provide signs, patterns, and guidance, but it expects you to participate. Answers are only fully realized through conscious engagement, through decisions, and through steps taken in alignment with the insight provided. Here's another layer that often surprises people. The role of intuition. Intuition is not magical. It is your internal response to the subtle cues the universe sends. It is the whisper of recognition, the feeling of rightness when a choice aligns with your path. Neuroscience suggests that intuition is the brain processing vast amounts of information below conscious awareness. When you notice a gut feeling, a sudden clarity, or an unexplainable pull towards something, it is often the culmination of countless patterns and signals converging. By acknowledging and acting on intuition, you effectively hear the universe. You translate subtle vibrations into concrete action. The more you trust this process, the more finely tuned your awareness becomes. This is why many spiritual traditions emphasize practices to quiet the analytical mind and cultivate intuitive discernment. Meditation, mindful presence, and reflective journaling all strengthen the ability to receive and interpret answers. So, let's synthesize everything we've covered. The universe answers through patterns, coincidences, synchronicities, and subtle shifts in your reality. It requires perception, awareness, and alignment to interpret these answers accurately. The answers may arrive directly, indirectly, or even through contrast. Techniques such as mindfulness, visualization, journaling, and intuitive listening enhance your ability to perceive guidance. Skepticism is natural, but modern science supports the plausibility of these interactions through quantum mechanics, chaos theory, and the psychology of pattern recognition. Ultimately, hearing the universe is a form of co-creation. You ask, the universe responds, and together, you manifest outcomes that reflect both your intention and the cosmic design. Every question you pose is a ripple in the lake of existence, and every answer is an echo returning to guide you along your path. Before we conclude, consider this final twist. Sometimes, the universe answers not by providing what you want, but by revealing who you are. The questions you ask, the obstacles you face, and the patterns you notice are mirrors reflecting your own potential, resilience, and insight. By listening carefully, by tuning in, by aligning with your highest frequency, you not only receive answers but also transform into the person capable of understanding and acting on them. The process is as much about inner growth as it is about external guidance. And once you embrace this truth, life becomes a dynamic dialogue rather than a series of random events. You begin to recognize the invisible threads connecting people, experiences, and opportunities. You discover that the universe is not a distant entity. It's a living, responsive field in which you are an active participant. So, here's your takeaway. Start by asking clearly, observe meticulously, align your energy, trust your intuition, and act decisively. Treat every coincidence as a potential answer, every unexpected encounter as a sign, and every challenge as guidance in disguise. The universe is speaking, even in the quietest moments. Are you listening? Now it's your turn. Begin today, and you will start to notice subtle answers everywhere. Pay attention to the whispers, the symbols, and the ripples that cross your path. Reflect, journal, meditate, and trust that the guidance you seek is already present, waiting for your awareness to catch up. The answers are there, woven into your daily life, in conversations, in numbers, in repeated patterns, and in the very fabric of experience. And the moment you truly hear them, everything changes. Your questions are no longer idle, they become invitations to co-create your reality with the cosmos. If you've ever felt lost, uncertain, or disconnected, remember that the universe is always responding. Your life is a continuous dialogue between intention and manifestation. Every choice, every thought, and every observation matters. Start listening carefully, and you will begin to see that nothing is random. The answers are embedded everywhere, waiting to be perceived, interpreted, and acted upon. The tools are simple: awareness, alignment, and action. The process is profound. It transforms not only your understanding but your very experience of reality. And the results: clarity, synchronicity, opportunity, and an intimate connection with the cosmos itself. The universe has always been answering. It is up to you to learn its language, recognize its signs, and step confidently into the guidance it offers. The question is not whether the universe answers, but whether you're ready to hear it, and once you are, your life can become a masterpiece of co-created possibility. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment your experiences with hearing the universe, and subscribe to Cosmic Horizon Hub for more insights into the mysteries of existence. Share your stories, because every shared observation strengthens your awareness and connects you with others on the same journey. The universe is waiting to answer your questions, and the more you engage, the clearer the guidance becomes. Remember, this is not just a channel, it's a gateway to perceiving the cosmic dialogue that surrounds us every moment. Keep asking, keep observing, and keep listening. Your next insight may be just around the corner, hidden in a moment you would have otherwise overlooked. Open your mind, attune your senses, and step into the profound rhythm of the cosmos.